Now, welcome to yet another special edition of News from Naboo, where we're going to try to recap some of the things from Celebration we didn't go over, and this might turn into 2 videos, I think.
It's enough. It's going to be 2 videos, I can tell you right now.
All right. But don't worry, either way, you get Thor's lightning takes.
No.
And let's get right to the news.
All right. Well, you might want to check the timestamps below if you kind of want to skip around, because we've got 5 articles today. First up, we're going to talk about the Star Wars Visions panel. Ooh.
Season 2 confirmed.
Season 2 confirmed.
But not what anybody was exactly hoping for or expecting. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing. But go ahead.
It's not called Season 2, it's Volume 2.
Oh, okay.
So, you're wrong. Volume 2 is coming, not Season 2.
It's Season 2.
And it's set to arrive on Disney Plus spring 2023. Volume 1 was brought to us by anime studios in Japan. The next volume will be visions from all over the globe. The shorts will be from Japan, India, Spain, Ireland, Chile, South Africa, and California. I mean,
Doesn't all Star Wars come from California?
They could have said the U.S., but sure, California, where lots of Star Wars content already comes from. The series will be expanding into different cultures, each showcasing their own animated styles, not just Japanese anime. Simply put, at the panel we were told that anime takes a while to make, but he did guarantee that Star Wars and anime do have a bright future together. Who knows what that could mean? Ninth Jedi series.
Yeah, I think a lot of us were kind of hoping for a continuation of one of those series, perhaps the Ninth Jedi from Volume 1 of Visions.
Yeah. Well, he's not wrong. Anime does take a long time.
I've learned that, yeah.
You get one
I'm
season
so
and you might
used
be
to-
waiting a couple years for the next season.
Yeah, I'm so used to like America where
Where you just crank
every
it out.
every year you pretty much are almost guaranteed. Well, I mean, not on all streaming services, but like any kind of regular TV, like every year a
Yeah,
new
they just
season is
crank them all
coming.
out.
Yeah, they just crank it out. Not in Japan. It's
Anime is
quality
patience
over
and art.
quantity.
Yes.
Yes.
Either way, I hope that the next batch of visions are as captivating as Volume 1. The panel also mentioned that the Art of Star Wars Visions book will be released October 4th, and Marvel announced that they're also writing an original Visions story. I don't like that they're just like, hey, I wrote a short, let's call it Star Wars Visions.
Yeah, I would think Visions would be more of a, in the movie, or not movie format, but video format, I should say.
I do too.
Not written in pages format, which isn't to say they can't do
It's
it.
just, it's kind of like the EU in a way, where everyone's sharing their own unique vision of what Star Wars is or could be to them. Alright, so let's just move on to the next story. We also had announced Young Jedi Adventures, a new upcoming animated show for your younglings. It's going to take place in the High Republic. These are aspirational adventures while the Jedi are at their height, which they repeated in that little brief talk about it about 8 times. Jedi at their height. Height, height, height. For like the age range of, they kind of said 5 to 6-ish, young Jedi going on adventures together. They're going to have like key show values of compassion, self-discipline, optimism, empathy, teamwork. It's okay to make mistakes and learn from them. And Thor's going to have to watch them all because they'll be canon.
They're not going to be canon, are they?
Why wouldn't they be?
Well, they don't always, with the really young viewer stuff, it's not always canon. I mean, I'll probably check them out, because I do check it all out. But I mean, this is fine. I don't know that, we talked a lot about young viewers and how to get them into Star Wars, and it's tricky because there's just so much out there. There's a million other young shows they could watch, so... it's not like back in the day.
Imagine 20 years from now when someone's like, yeah, I love Star Wars, I have to watch all their content, and there's like literally 8 million hours of content for them to get through. Not even to mention literature.
Yeah, it just gets exceedingly harder to learn it all because it just keeps compounding. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know that, I understand trying to get really young people into Star Wars, but like I said, there's so much out there that does Star Wars stand out anymore to the younger generation? Because for me, I know I've said it before, I drone on about it, but like Return of the Jedi blew my mind as a kid, so that I can still not see myself, but I can still remember sitting in the theater watching that film and just being in awe of everything I was seeing. And I don't know that happens to kids anymore. I don't know that anything really wows them the same way things wowed me as a kid.
Because everything's available.
Yeah, everything's, at the touch of a finger. There's so many different cool things you could see where there's just nothing else like Star Wars back then. So, and nowadays you just change the channel or click on a different video and you're getting something just like it.
All right, so we're going to move on, because I know you'll just talk about
I'll keep going if you don't stop me, yeah.
Lucasfilm Light and Magic. It was the first panel of the day on Friday, and it did announce a very interesting new series. Coming to Disney Plus July 27th will be the Light and Magic, a documentary series about the early days of Industrial Light and Magic, the company that brought George Lucas's Star Wars vision to life, and how that company grew into what it is today, a visual effects titan.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I always like seeing the behind-the-scenes stuff. I mean, that's fascinating.
I mean, you'll be able to see how, how this type of technology evolved over the years, which is really cool.
Oh, and it has crazy. They've talked a lot about how many shots there were in the original Star Wars movie, like 135 or whatever it was, and now there's more than that in an individual episode of The Mandalorian, and they're more, they're more. I don't want to say complex because what they had to do back then was complex, but they're more elaborate than anything we could have possibly seen back then. So it's crazy to see the evolution of it.
Could you even imagine what they would have done with the volume back then?
No.
They're like, wait, we're going to shoot this in front of a TV?
Yeah. I'm sure they've tried that back, as big of a screen as they could. I mean, they have done stuff like that, like projectors in the background, and so anyway. No, I think this is cool. I'm interested to see this.
All right, next, moving on, we've got additional Mando updates. Babu Frick will be in Season 3 of The Mandalorian, for anyone who hasn't gotten to see the trailer, which is a lot of people because it's not up yet.
No, probably never will be either. They tend not to put these up.
Oh, it'll
for
go
some
up
reason.
eventually. But
there will be a trailer, but
the trailer has
usually these sneak peeks that they are very, try to put on lockdown to knock it out online, they don't ever actually release them.
I mean, I know he's everyone's favorite character, but I wonder what he's going to add to the plot, seeing as Mando doesn't currently travel with a droid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that Babu Frick is like my favorite. I'm not that. Like I've said before, every new show or movie always has to put the cute character in there.
Well, you already have Grogu. We didn't need Babu Frick, and I don't think he's that cute.
Oh, those two are going to interact, though. Yeah. It's going to melt the hearts of millions.
Maybe Baby Yoda, little Grogu, will try to eat him.
I hope so. And he's successful, and we create this paradox in the canon.
All right, let's move on. Jon Favreau also did a brief interview with Cinema Blend during Celebration to confirm he is actually already writing Season 4. He had this to say about the future of the show. We get to tell stories slowly. So now as Dave Filoni is doing Ahsoka, it's very much informing the writing that I'm doing for Season 4. It becomes, how should I put it, more precise. So far, Season 3, from the small grain of information we've seen and heard, looks to be a lot more epic, with higher stakes in what looks like a battle between Mando and Bo-Katan. The new series does come February 2023.
Yeah, I think that's the cool part of having a series, right? You can slow down and tell the story at the pace you want. And you don't have to, even Kathleen Kennedy said they're moving away from trilogies because you don't necessarily even want to kind of box yourself into having to do 3 movies. Maybe sometimes the story needs to be more than 3 movies. Sometimes you don't need 3 movies. So that's the beauty of the series, right? You can, in theory, make them as long as you need them, and then they can connect to other things. And she said it herself, persistent storytelling, which is, I think, what people, I don't think she's came up with the term. Well, she might have came up with the term, but I think she's really saying they want to be kind of like the MCU, where you constantly have these characters you're following, but she didn't want to say like the MCU.
All right, let's move on to everybody's favorite Monday, sometimes Tuesday if I forget, segment. New this week in Star Wars. All right, there's a load of stuff coming this week. We'll start with the things coming tomorrow. Tuesday, May 31st, we have 2 books coming. The first is the Thrawn Trilogy box set. This is an essential collection set of the 3 Zahn novels from the EU, Heir to the Empire, Dark Force Rising, and The Last Command.
I love how many of these they're doing. They're like constantly reprinting all these old books.
They are. There's actually wave lists and things.
Why can't they just write new books in this as well? If they're constantly, I don't understand.
Well, they're reprinting them all, and they're all gonna have a consistent look, which a lot of people like a consistent look on the shelf.
Well,
Plus, they could be worn down from years of reading and rereading.
No, but my point is, if you're re-releasing all these books, why not just add? You can use the consistent look. Why not add a few new ones in there that people would like to see? I don't know. No, of course not.
All right. Also, coming on Tuesday, May 31st, Star Wars, I Am Your Father. A fun Star Wars-themed parental advice book.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if anyone wants
Parenting advice from Darth Vader?
But you know what? It's supposed to be all in good fun, so that's out there too. If you know somebody
whose kids are going to grow up to be monsters and need to be reined in by Darth
somebody
Vader.
Who found out they're going to be a dad and
give them this for father. Joke book, okay.
It's a fun Star Wars themed.
Well,
Father's Day is coming. Wednesday, June 1st, we have our next Obi-Wan Wednesday, so there'll be brand new product out there for everyone to take a look at, and we'll be sharing the good stuff here. Moving on, also on Wednesday, June 1st, Hasbro pre-orders from the convention are going to go live at 12 p.m. Central on Wednesday. They're very, well, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot, and good luck.
Yeah. The GameStop exclusive, then some are on Pulse, some are on shared retailers. It's kind of going to be a mess, and don't worry, it doesn't totally have all those pre-orders go up the same moment that Obi-Wan Wednesday releases and shows you all the new stuff, which some of those pre-orders are available right away, even though they're supposed to all be available next day. But that's neither here nor there.
They don't care, they just throw them up there.
Wednesday, June 1st, we have 2 new comics coming out as well. We've got Bounty Hunters number 23, and Darth Vader, number 23. Darth Vader's cover looks especially interesting because Sabe is on it.
Yeah, he's been...
Yeah, I know, but she's on the cover with Vader. Yeah. It's cool.
They tried to play her off as Padme a little earlier in the series, but people saw through that.
Of course people saw through that. Last but of course not least, June 1st, we also get episode 3 of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Not much to say about that.
What else is there to say about that?
Alright, well I guess that's all we got for you this time. So take to the comments below, tell us what you think about these little extra pieces of news at a Celebration. And like I said at the start, I think there's still one more video covering Celebration to go.
One more.
Alright, so tell us what you think, let's talk some Star Wars, and until next time, thanks for watching.